done, for all the victories that you have won, as joy comes with the rising sun. For giving us your only son, for letting us to stand as one, for giving us hope until you come.
Hello and welcome again to another episode of One-on-One with Ann and Priscilla. This program is brought to you by International Committee on Nigeria for the campaign Hear Their Voices. It's such a joy to be back here again, and I'm excited to welcome Ann, my co-host again. Ann, it's good to see you this week.
Oh yeah, it's great to see you too. And I think we had a great weekend with the global prayer gathering in Nigeria that took place in 19 of the states. And it was just, I'm wearing black just to stand in solidarity with them. And it was definitely a success. And so we're just so thankful for the opportunity to pray when we can feel so helpless sometimes. So I've had a great week. And how about you?
It's been an awesome week. I was just reflecting early on the joy of having Dr. Gloria Dalyop here last week and just her enlightening us on the details on what's going on in Nigeria. And like you said, many times when we talk about these things, it's very easy to get sad and feel helpless, but we can pray. And we joined with these ladies and just cried out to God. And you can go on our social media to see some images from those events, because our voices, we're lifted up to God and we're excited. Today, we're really excited to have another live guest with us. Her name is Gloria too, and it's such a joy to welcome her. She is someone whose family went through some terrorist activities and were displaced from their home. Gloria is going to be joining us and just sharing a little bit of her experience, experiencing some of the terrorism in Nigeria firsthand. Gloria, you are welcome to One-on-One with Ann and Priscilla. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure to have you joining us live from Kaduna. You're in Kaduna right now?
Yes.
Yeah, we're excited to have you here. I'll let Ann start with some of her questions.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciate it, Gloria.
Thank you.
So we're just wanted to know, you lived in Jos and you were experiencing, there was a lot of violence going on around you. Can you kind of explain what you experienced, if it was direct, if it was, sounds, if it was things you saw, what kind of things were going on with you and your family in Jos?
Okay, there I saw my experience through my family, and I could remember there was a time I traveled home and I discovered that everybody was afraid, thinking that, oh, they are coming today. So you shouldn't sleep. It was so scary that one cannot travel home again for any festive period to go and celebrate with the loved ones. And my village in particular, Angio, we are no more there because of the present issues. All of my village people now are scattered around the neighboring villages because they were chased out of the village.
Yeah, when you say they were chased out of the village, you said the present issues, they are no longer, your family is no longer there because of the present issues. Can you describe some of those present issues? Because some of our viewers have no idea what is happening in Plateau State right now, what's happening in northern Nigeria. Can you describe some of the present issues that they went through, that the people in the village went through, that made an entire village have to desert their home and go elsewhere? Can you describe some of those things?
Yeah, unknown gunmen were coming to the villages, killing. So, and when you know you don't have a way of protecting yourself, and you just have to run for your life. That's what happened. You run, leave your farm, your homes, and become homeless. So you have to start from a scratch, which is very, very difficult.
So you had to leave your homes and you haven't been able to go back.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the form of livelihood for most people in your village was farming, and they had to leave their farms, you say. Do you know of anybody personally that, you know, had to leave their farms? What are they doing now? How are they surviving? Family, friends, and relatives that ran away from home and abandoned their farm, which is usually their form of livelihood. Do you have an idea how they are surviving right now?
Well, it's really difficult now. It's really, really difficult because for you to live where, you know, you're not paying anything, but you farm and you didn't even cultivate anything, and you left it, and you have to move to another village. Accommodation, again, is another big problem. How do you start feeding your family, your kids? It's really a big problem. I know they are really facing challenges, because the last time I traveled home, they were not living okay at all. They were not living okay. They're just struggling from hand to mouth. Anything you get, you just try and manage it. There's nothing tangible to do right now.
So that's disrupted schooling or anything like that as well.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that will be helpful for our viewers, and I just want to acknowledge that the network is a little bit spotty for Gloria. So as long as we can hear her, we're celebrating it. But thank you so much for being here with us, Gloria.
Thank you.
What are things that people here in America or people around the world, when you say, you know, they're struggling hand to mouth, for those of you who may not understand, is they're literally living, you know, paycheck to paycheck, except there's no paycheck. So it's whatever they get to eat. Literally, they're just struggling to survive, to get food. And so what can we do? What can people who are watching this, if you have an audience, and the audience right now is the world, what would you say to people to be able to help this situation, to help your family, to help people from your village that have been displaced from their home?
Well, provision of education is really important, health facilities, and maybe getting something that will keep them busy, that they can do to feed their family. It's really important. It will be a really helpful decision.
Gloria, you just brought up something we haven't talked much about since we've been here, and is jobs. The loss of jobs, the loss of an income. And we haven't talked much about that here on 101 for the past few weeks, about how can we create jobs for people, because these are respectable people that had jobs. You know, it's one thing to just, you know, throw money and say, I'm donating, but is there, you know, I'm just thinking, and I'm saying this to our audience, you know, what are ways that what are some things we can do to help with the job situation in Nigeria? Because I always thought about it, you know, kids need to go to school, women need to feed their children. Some of those women had jobs, some of them had farms, that they had a source of income. What can they do as a source of income? So, Gloria, I'm going to push you a little bit, and I'll let Ann talk, but what kind of things do you think people can do? What kind of jobs are people looking to do? Like when you talk to your family, what are they looking to do? How can we provide those kind of jobs?
You know, they are usually farmers, and if they could still get back to their farming, get the equipment, get the things to use for the farming, I think it will really help. Then the children can be also sent back to schools. Those that want to learn a trade, they should also go to learn a trade. I think that will really be of help to them.
So going back to their own farms, is that possible? Do you see that as possible in the future? Or, what would prevent that?
Well, it's possible they can still go back to what they used to do because of
Right.
where they are now. I feel they are safe there.
Okay.
So just that maybe they don't have the income now to start up something again.
Right.
So I think
where they're at, if they could start farming where they're at, is what you're saying.
yes.
To have money to start up a business like that, farming.
Yes.
Starting all over, really.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
really difficult, but then they don't have a choice.
Yeah. I've talked to a few people that have been displaced and a few people that did have farms, and I'm realizing how eager they are to work. Many times, they are more eager to work than to receive just handouts. And I think one of the things you're saying, Gloria, is someone, providing a land for them to work, providing the equipment for them to farm. Buying land in Nigeria is really expensive. Some of these people have had this land from their ancestors for centuries and centuries. And so providing that seed, that land for them. And Gloria, I'm gonna just turn around and ask about you. How have you processed this, being away from your family, but knowing that your family is going through this deep, hard, traumatic experiences? How has that affected you as a young lady, starting your own business? Gloria had mentioned to us earlier that she's running her own business. She's into fashion right now. And how has that affected you, knowing that your family is struggling this way?
You feel comfortable when everything is moving well, but when there's problem, you need to go out of your way. And I feel the only way I can do that is to learn a trade and go into it. And of course, there are a lot of things you need to be taking care of since they feel you're doing something. You have to be assisting in one way or the other. Even when you're not strong too, but then you just can't close your eye to other people's problem. Really, it has really been hard, but then I thank God.
I think that's a theme that we've seen, and in talking to people, that people who have also been traumatized and don't feel strong have to help others who have also been traumatized. And that puts a lot of weight on your shoulders. If you are the breadwinner in your family and nobody's working, it's a lot of stress for you in that way financially, I can imagine. I'm wondering what kind of things have encouraged you or given you hope when all of this is turned upside down? Do you have some encouragement anywhere or any way?
Well, there's one thing encouraging me. My mom is late now, and I always feel she's really the hardworking type, and she has really helped me. So each time I remember that this is the kind of mother I had, and this is how she raised me, I just feel I just need to do something. Doing nothing is not an option to me.
Right.
So that really pushed me. I don't want to beg, so I just have to work for myself.
Gloria, I just want to celebrate you and take a moment to celebrate you as a strong, strong woman. Somebody who's experienced what you've experienced and is still pushing forward. Like, you could have sat down at home and done nothing, but you allowed yourself, put yourself to learn a trade, even though that's not what you studied in school. You learned how to start making clothes and, got into fashion design. And you're now a fashion designer for yourself. And, we've talked a lot on this program about people who are struggling, helping others. And you are a physical example of one of those people for us. And we just want to celebrate you and say, God bless you. God bless you for the strength, for the way that you're fighting for your family. And for every time you wake up, Gloria, and you're doing the opposite of what you should be doing, every time you're struggling to make sure your business is a success, you're giving hope to another young woman. And we celebrate you. And we just want to thank you for taking the time to be here. We are so proud of you. every time you're working, just know that there's these two ladies on the computer that are cheering you on. And we know that it's not just us, it's all of our listeners, all of our audiences that are cheering you on. We are proud of you and we are grateful that there are
Thank
people
you so
that
much.
continue to fight. God bless you.
Amen.
I hope that this time has been good for you too, Gloria, that sharing your story is a positive thing, because we were encouraged by you. And we also thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you.
What's your hope? What's your biggest hope as you charge into the future? What's your prayer? What do you hope for the most?
Well, my biggest hope is for our country, Nigeria, to be at peace first. We really need peace. We really need security, because we lack security here in Nigeria. Really, we're not being protected the way we should. And through these killings and the loss of properties and houses, I know it has made a lot of people to go into things they are not supposed to be doing. So I just hope that everything will be fine, that one day we'll wake up and discover that all that we've experienced is gone and gone forever, and everyone will just be normal and move back to our normal activities. And those that are in the refugee camps, some are not really safe. When you get tired of looking for how to survive and you're not seeing any way forthcoming, you end up finding yourself doing things you don't want to do. So I'm still advising people to just keep hoping and trusting in God. If there's anything you have passion for, you want to learn, I think I'll advise that you go into it, try and learn it. It will really help tomorrow, to help the family as well.
Gloria, thank you so much for your time that you've spent with us today. I know it's late there, and we just appreciate the time that you've been with us and your willingness to talk to us. So we wish you all the best in your future, and we will be praying for you. And just thank you again. You're a wonderful, strong woman.
Thank you.
We're so grateful, Gloria. Yes, your hope is our hope. We're fighting for security in Nigeria, for the government to rise up and realize that people are silently being slaughtered and communities are being displaced. And you are such a breath of fresh air and strength in the midst of these issues. We can see that there are people like you who are resolute and who are certain and still fighting. And we will continue to pray for you. So thank you so much for spending this time with us. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you so much, Priscilla and Anne.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It was wonderful to speak with Gloria this time, and for her courage. I know it was a little bit scary for her to talk on social media, but she was willing to do that, and she was able to tell us about her experiences and her families, and we kind of gained another aspect on the whole trauma in the country, joblessness, and how to start over when you've been displaced. So it was really great to hear from her, and we can pray with her and her family right now.
Yeah, and I'm grateful that you also mentioned how much we're hearing about women who have been displaced themselves, who are struggling, but are picking themselves up and allowing themselves to be the solution to the problems of others. They're standing as the solution to their families. And I really want us to take a moment to be challenged, because we haven't gone through what they've gone through. How can we begin to take responsibility to be an answer to their prayers? What can you do today? I've said this every week and I'll say it again. It's time to get the stories out there. We want these stories to go viral. So why not share, retweet, post it on Facebook. Don't forget, add the hashtag silent slaughter, add the hashtag one-on-one AP, or hashtag hear their voices. And then we are still giving away free t-shirts and free hats. We will enter you into a drawing. We'll randomly pick one person to get the free hat and randomly pick somebody to get the free t-shirt. Remember, don't be like me. So y'all, I shared it and I forgot to put the hashtag. So I didn't get entered into the drawing. And you might be like, I shared it 10 times and I didn't get, well, hashtag hear their voices, hashtag one-on-one AP, or hashtag silent slaughter, and share this. But on a more serious note, y'all, and I know Anne is in agreement with me, we need to get this story out. We need people. This campaign is tagged Hear Their Voices because we want the most people to hear their voices. You just heard from Gloria. Get her voice to go viral. Let the world hear her story. So I want to put this challenge out there. How many times can you enter into our drawing to get a t-shirt? Because every time you share it, we will enter you into the drawing. So you might be able to be entered more than once. Okay, we will randomly pick. But we're excited to continue to shed light to this very, very crucial situation. And do you have anything to add right here?
I just want to thank everybody for being with us today. It means a lot to us and to Nigeria that you are with us to hear their voices. And we look forward to being with you again next week and wishing you a really great week. Go to iconhelp.org and make comments. You can look up, there's a lot of resources there. You can see what's going on in detail. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Have a very, very blessed week. iconhelp.org. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I Can Help. Stand with Nigeria. God bless you.